smells of the brine of the vast and unfathomable ocean. It has not been an easy journey, though not the worst you've had either. Still, you felt the shift on the road. Times have grown tense and perilous. The factions quarrel, threatening reprisal over any transgression, insult, grievance. They threaten each other with war. They threaten the future of Vale itself. Yet, there is, as always, a glimmer of hope. If the leaders of the four factions agree to attend the gathering, if they find a peaceful way out of this peril. And so, Anchorage, the first on your list, draws closer with every step. Onwards then, emissary. Beside you stands Prior, the silent apostate. Ahead awaits your other companion, Yorick, the Elden Hawk, having returned from his reconnoiter. Yorick, your compatriot on many expeditions. His armor covered in dust and bramble. A bold warrior. He came on the journey for the same reason you did. For all the banter, he also strives for peace. In actual war, warriors do not last for long.
Took you long enough, emissary? I was beginning to think you got yourself lost without me.
The scales of his armor clink as he attempts to shake the dust from it.
And we know you can't rely on Prior there. He can't find a path even when standing on it.
Prior gestures at Yorick in a way which can only be interpreted as vulgar, then grins.
Worry not, friends, the road looks clear. No foes in sight. A shame, too. I wanted to fight something. Aye, will you? I wouldn't mind a good payday. Nothing much. All seems calm enough. The easterly road will lead us to Skithheim.
Behold the gates of Skithheim, mighty capital of Anchorage. Guards patrol the ramparts while banners in blue cerulean turquoise flutter overhead. You hear the booming call of a horn, and the gates slowly begin to open, granting you entrance into its wind-stricken streets. The interior of the town hall is designed to display the splendor of Anchorage. The walls are adorned with murals of historical battles and triumphant victories, some perhaps more dubious than others. The central gallery cutting through the hall is lined with intricate sculptures of legendary Einherjar, gifted to the Herseer of Anchorage by masterful Trollkin artisans. The figure waiting by the hearth is aged, his beard gray, yet he still stands proud and tall, the honored High Inquisitor of Anchorage, leader of the Alliance through endless hardships. He turns to face you, one eye smirking.
Emissary, ravens have foretold of your arrival.
His severe voice is undercut by a tinge of mockery. He shrugs in reply.
Of course, a gathering of the leaders of Aeol in the ruins before Ishros. A common ground, notably, watched over by the specters of our ancestors. Tell me, who set you on this little expedition? How enigmatic. But it does pique my interest a fair bit. I'm considering it. I am, after all, a man of peace. The Alliance of Anchorage was formed to safeguard stability and order, and I won't be the one to betray my forebears. We'll make sure the factions stay in line. In their blind recklessness, they dabble with magic, putting all of us in danger. Deceivers and trespassers.
He trails off, mumbling off a slew of unclear indictments, then snaps his attention back to you.
However, to tell the truth, I'm not convinced you'll make it to the mountain. The path is dangerous.
Yorick fails in his attempt to stifle a derisive snort.
This Elden Hawk may be of warrior stock. Well, that remains to be seen. First, prove yourself worthy by defeating my warrior at the sawmill. If my shield maiden reports of your honorable victory, I will attend the gathering. Besides, you need wood to rebuild a bridge that was recently swept away by a deluge.
I've always wanted to battle a Valkyrie. Suppose a shield maiden will have to do.
A gale blows in from the ocean. Waves crash into the stone of the stays, in a constant battle between land and sea. The port ahead holds rows upon rows of skiffs, sloops, trade cogs, galleys, longships, rapid vessels of war for cutting through treacherous waters. At the farthest dock you see the pride of Anchorage's armada, Ichthyanir, the fastest flagship ever built, with armament to match. Or near the third, the Protector aims to hold control over the ocean. Closer now, the many kin of Anchorage move to and fro, busy with their routine. Folks bustle between warehouses and boats, carrying goods on and off. Salt-bitten sailors sit on benches, smoking herbs with acrid smell. A stunning siren glides by, followed by her retinue of warriors, their eyes glinting with a warning of violence. Or is it something else? Nowhere. The lighthouse calls ships home. The bitter sting of the frigid sea wind brings a tear to your eye. You see a shield maiden, noble fighter of Anchorage, protector of the people, come flame and storm. Her armor gleams in the frigid sunlight, as she brushes the mane of her war horse.
Welcome, emissary. Talk of your quest seems to be spreading fast. Are you tough enough for what lies ahead?
Don't underestimate us, lass. In my time, I've fought worse than you.
That's what we're here to find out, Sir Hogg.
The Shield Maiden mounts her horse, preparing her armaments.
Defeat me in honorable combat, and you may continue your quest. If you fail here, you will be no match for the dangers that lie ahead.
I wish we'd had that bed. Oh, I'd be sleeping on a mound of golden coins tonight.
Yorick chomps on a mushroom, then readies his mace and shield. Prior, solemn for once, arms crossed in front of his chest, bows deeply to the Shield Maiden. The shield maiden raises her blade in resignation, then thrusts it into the ground, a sign of respect from a noble guardian of anchorage. She brushes her auburn hair away from her face.
Well fought, emissary. You have proven your mettle. Be careful, though, on your path. The creatures of Slaumir are not to be trusted. The magic of Phobos is noxious. We all wish for peace, but sometimes the only way to maintain order is through strength. In any case, the High Inquisitor will be notified of your success. You may use the sawmill.
She picks up her sword and sheaths it, turning to leave. Wood from the forests that cover Ale, used for construction, fuel, tools, and weapons. Abundant and versatile. Alongside ore, it is the most commonly used material. Yet be wary of excessive logging, Worm's paradise. It may draw the wrath of the Earth Mother, for trees also live and breathe, and are connected to the land below. The ruined half of a wooden bridge lies ahead. The river Elivahar flows down from the towering mountains in the west. Rebuilding a bridge is not easy, but after some hearty labor, the task is done. Not a moment too soon, the thought crosses your mind. And you didn't fall into the water once. The road to the portal heads due north. The piece of gold glints in the sunlight, a precious mineral used for trade all across Ale. Mortals dig for it, mortals mold and process it, mortals fight and die over it. A mere substance of the soil, its value is arbitrary, based on that very glint and the tacit agreement between mortals who have deemed it to have value. Still, one cannot deny, especially when holding a piece of gold between their fingers, the powerful effect it has. The portal of teleportation is a stone platform, raised slightly above the rest of the ground. Its surface, ancient and scarred, is covered with various unknown symbols and glyphs. The air around the platform throbs and pulses with vast magical energy.
Never been fond of these. Teleportation's not a natural way to travel.
Yorick shudders, his spines bristling.
Makes me queasy in the stomach is what it does. It doesn't feel right.
Yorick snorts, then wags his finger. Queasy it may be, but it solves the issue of long-distance travel for the time being. Step onto the platform and jump into the abyss, emissary.
Sure we have to go to Tenebrae. Aye, but these Phobosians give me the jitters.
A faint shiver passes through Yorick's spiny backside. Prior, his brow furrowed, signs of criticism, followed by a question.
You just haven't met enough of them, especially the prophets and their ilk. The flock, I mean, the orderlies who run Phobos. Suppose they're trying to unnerve us on purpose, crafting a facade of intimidation. Well, it works, that's for sure.
The ominous town hall of Tenebrae looks far more pleasant on the inside. The walls are covered with colorful tapestries. On them, various strange creatures posing in unnerving ways, doing unidentifiable acts. Yet there is something lively about all of them. The craft of these is remarkable, the material smooth and soft, woven of spider silk spun by the horrors of Phobos. In the middle of the hall stands a shadowy creature, one of the prophets, arms raised in greeting. Dark obscurity surrounds them in the form of a mantle, a multitude of eyes intermittently blinking within it.
A guest in our citadel.
Their voice echoes through the hall, the direction it's coming from difficult to discern.
Welcome, visitor, and partake in our hospitality. What brings you to us? Ah, certainly. Age-old capital of the forgotten people. But we remember. Nothing but dust now. Nothing but dust. Is dust what we will one day also become? Or are we dust already? Lacking comprehension, animated only by the potency of magic.
The umbral mantle around the prophet whirls with increasing speed.
So then, emissary, we take it you wish us to attend. But what is this peace to us? We, children of Phobos, followers of the hallowed creator, ever tormented by our neighbors, hated by the other factions for who we are, what we are. They come at us with blade and spear and axe and spell to kill us and to steal from us because they feel it. Fear of the unknown. Dark times are ahead, but we embrace change. We thrive in it. That is our strength.
An eruption of laughter booms from every direction of the hall at once.
Alas, would that we could see trouble already brews. The road to our portal is blocked, and our mana refinery seized from us. If you would be so kind to reconquer it, then surely one good deed will be met with another. The refinery will provide enough mana to clear the way, though where you get a spell is not our concern.
Don't you have troops and workers for this kind of work?
The many eyes narrow in what feels like ridicule. Murmur of Madness nods. Murmur of Madness stands in silence, but you can still sense the mischievous smile that isn't there. They wave you to depart. The Tower of Magic, wherein warlocks and conjurers explore the possibilities of spell casting. Here, spells can be bought for a hefty price. But today, due to the nature of your quest, the Phobosians gift you a spell free of charge.